Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope y'all had a great time with your families. I'm in the kitchen tonight. I'm going to make, I was going to do muffullettas, but I think I'm going to do an open style on these flatbreads. I wanted to share with y'all. I got these at Abbie's Imports on College Street. That is where I painted my art box for the city of Beaumont, and there's a sweet little spot called Abbie's Imports right there on College Street, right before you get to my box, and they carry some wonderful products. They even have a little sandwich shop in there. You can sit and eat. This was a set of 3 mozzarella cheeses. I froze mine, so I've been letting them defrost today, but I'm going to use these on top of my flatbread muffuletta style pizzas. And another thing I'm going to do with these, the little guy told me, the owner, how to defrost these where they're soft and pliable and not crispy, and I really forgot what he said to do, so they turned out a little bit crispy. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and just make a pizza out of these. And I'm going to use some of my fermented sprout mung beans on here. So I will be back when I have more of my ingredients out, and I'll show y'all how I put this together. And one thing that I love about these is there's no sugar. There is carbs in this, but they're very thin, so you're not getting a whole lot of bread, which I like. So stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, I want to share with y'all a couple of meats that I like to buy at H-E-B. There is a section over there by the deli, I believe, where all the wonderful cheeses are on that back wall, to the far back left of H-E-B in Port Arthur. Anyway, in that section you're going to find lunch meats, cheeses, different types of meat, even bacon. The Applegate brand, I love the Applegate brand. They do have a selection of that also. These meats are no artificial colors or flavors, no preservatives, no MSG. We don't like to find any MSG in this household at all. Gluten-free. That, I don't know if I pay attention to that too much, really, and I have my reasons, but maybe later we'll get into that. No nitrate, no sodium nitrate added. I am a little confused by that because when you ferment, you use a lot of sodium, which is a preservative, so I'm sure that's why they use it in meats also. But I think there's a balance there with your sodium, but that is how you do fermentation. These are my mung bean sprouts that I sprouted, and I fermented those in a brine. And you know, what I'm learning about fermentation, I'm still researching, so anyone that has more knowledge than me on this, please feel free to share and comment. But I kind of had an aha moment today. All of the many people that I've been following and watching on YouTube, it is best with every meal we eat to have some type of fermented food when we have a meal. If you don't have anything already fermented, vegetable wise, fruit, I'm even fermenting apples, y'all, and I tasted them last night. They're awesome. Get your kombucha. Drink your kombucha. These are live cultures that we're putting into our gut. So imagine when you're doing fermentation, you're putting this in an anaerobic environment. You're taking oxygen out. You're soaking them in a preservative, a salt brine, and there's a whole lot that's going on in here. I'm not educated enough to use all the big terms, but if someone wants to put it in the comments, I welcome it. So my understanding of it is it's eating up all the sugars. It's leaving us with live cultures at a certain stage. You have to stop it at a certain stage, and you put it in the ice box, and it slows the fermentation down because you don't want to go past a certain point and it kills all the cultures in here. So we have a live food. Well, what's happening there, and it's eating the bad guys, right? Well, imagine our guts. When we eat a solid food and we don't put the good boys on top of that, it ferments in our bodies and it causes toxins and havoc on everything. When your gut is off, everything else is off. And they say the gut, or the kidneys, I've heard both, or the second brain of our bodies. So it's makes sense to me, and I have been having inflammation issues. It's a discomfort, and since I've started doing this in 2 weeks, I've already felt a huge difference. So anyway, these are olives. I'm gonna use my little Pampered Chef quick chopper because I am gonna go ahead and make these Muffuletta type. So I have my oven on behind me. So I'm gonna put all this together and show y'all once it's all together what the outcome will be. And you can make these any way you want with the taste buds of your family. I don't think Drake likes olives. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. But I love them. Tony will eat them. He's not a big fan as me. I get that from the Heberts. We love our olives. Anyway, okay, I'll be right back and we'll put this together. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and continue on to make this more like a pizza style. And I added some, there's the tomato sauce at the bottom. This is found at H-E-B, has no soy. There's a couple of brands with no soy. So I did a little thin layer of the sauce. I sprinkled some mozzarella cheese. I added my olives, and then I cut one of my mozzarella chunks into slices. Sprinkled some garlic, and this is some Italian seasoning that I bought in bulk. I will provide links in the description below of where I got my seasoning. I can't think of it on top of my head right now. And if I had fresh basil, I would top this with fresh basil, but I don't have my basil growing right now. I'm gonna start an herb garden this spring, and I will teach y'all how to grow basil and how to get the seeds and dry them out and start your own basil garden with the basil you already have, instead of rebuying it, because y'all, it is really easy to grow your own herbs instead of buying them at the store in those little bitty packs. You have your own herb garden at home that you can enjoy with a whole lot more available to you. So anyways, I'm gonna put some of this fresh rosemary on top, and I'm probably gonna go ahead and drizzle a little bit of olive oil on top of this. The rosemary, one of the ways I really like to do it, if I had time to do it right now, I would. I get a skillet, and you can either use coconut oil or avocado oil, a high heat oil, or even better. And you wash your rosemary, you pull the rosemary petals off, and you put some black kosher salt, some black pepper and some kosher salt or pink Himalayan salt, and just saute it until it's a little bit crispy. Oh my gosh, it's delish, and it makes it crispy. Okay, so this is gonna go in the oven, and I will be right back. Okay, while the pizza is cooking, I'm gonna show y'all how I store my sprouts. These are not fermented, these are just sprouted, and this is the alfalfa sprouts that I did in one of the earlier videos. I have my lettuce container, and I pushed it over. I have a wet paper towel, and I'm just gonna store the rest of that right into this. And then for my meal tonight, when I eat a slice of that, that's gonna be my main meal, and this is gonna be like my ferment that I'm gonna add to my meal, and I'm gonna just make a salad out of it. So what I like to do with my sprouts, I add a little bit of olive oil to them. It'd even be good if you added a little bit of that soy-free mayonnaise, which I may do that. A little bit of kosher salt or pink Himalayan salt. Some black pepper. And let's go ahead and get the mayonnaise. Okay, I've got my soy-free mayo. I'm gonna add just like a teaspoon of it to that. And I'm gonna add just a splash of apple cider vinegar. I really probably don't even need it because I'm adding these fermented sprouts to it. And I've tasted them, and they taste like a pickle. They taste pretty good. So I'm gonna add a few of those in there so I can get more probiotics in this meal. I am drinking my kombucha, so I'm getting it there also. I'm gonna mix all this together. This is what I would also put on my Ezekiel mushroom sandwich that I talked about in one of my other videos. And let's have a taste. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with it. Don't know about you, but I am. I'm not gonna do all these fermented sprouts I may add a couple more. So I'm gonna put them back in my jar. Since I'm gonna stop the fermentation process on this now, I'm just gonna put a regular mason jar lid on it, put it in the ice box. This will last in your ice box for months. I believe 9 months, so it's there, okay? I'll be back with the pizza. All right, and here we are. I've got me 2 little slices. It cut up perfect into squares with the slices of the big cheese on there. And I got my salad. Also, I wanted to mention that when you cut your cuttings from your herb plants, you can find a cute little jar and fill it with some water part of the way and put this out in your kitchen for decoration. It will last up 2 weeks or longer, and you can do clippings off of it too if you need it while you're in the kitchen cooking. Let's see, another thing I wanted to say was when we eat solid foods, sometimes overeating can cause us to be toxic because we're not digesting it fast enough and it's staying in us, and the toxins are just crazy. And imagine you're not even doing fermented foods and you've got that going on. So another thing that I found a year or so ago that I believe in and I like it, there's a lot of information out there. I am not a nutritionist. I'm not specialized in any of this. I just like to research things and try things with my own body and see how my body reacts to it. But intermittent fasting. So if you are overeating and you've got this type of food addiction maybe going on, maybe do a checklist on that and combine fermentation with intermittent fasting. Just make sure you do your research, get doctor permission, you know, and just try to set your meals in portion control too, and that will help with your body working like it's supposed to and not overworking itself. So that's just my bananas opinion. I don't know, tell me what you think. And I have a wedding to go to tomorrow. One of my cousins is getting married. Congratulations, Brandon Provost, and I cannot wait to meet your new bride tomorrow. Anyway, love you guys. Shine your light. Have faith, shine your light, and share the blessings, and give someone a hug today. Love y'all. Good job.